Okay, guys, this is 5.6, objective 2.
Let's now talk about dividing a polynomial by a polynomial other than a monomial. So dividing a polynomial by a polynomial of 2 or more terms. To do that, let's see how we long divide. Let's recall that by dividing 8 into 763. How do we perform long division? Well, we say 8 divides into 76 9 times. 9 times 8 is 72, and then don't forget we subtract. I'll bring that up again in a moment. I'll draw my line and we subtract. 76 minus 72 is 4. Then remember, we bring down the next digit, in this case a 3, and then we start the process again. 8 divides into 43 how many times? That is 5. Then we multiply. 5 times 8 is 40. I'll draw my line, but don't forget we are subtracting. 43 minus 40 leaves us a remainder of 3. So what is the quotient? Well, the quotient is 95 remainder 3, or don't forget we can write this as 95 and 3/8, the remainder over the divisor. Keep that in mind because that's how we will long divide polynomials. So let's practice that. Let's look at x squared plus 4x plus 3 trinomial divided by a binomial. Notice once again, this is a trinomial divided by a binomial. That means we will long divide. I'm no longer dividing by one term or a monomial. So let's practice this by long division. This is the divisor, so it's x plus 3 into, this is the dividend, x squared plus 4x plus 3. Now let's practice that long division just like we long divided a moment ago. You can say x divides into x squared how many times, or you can say what times x gives x squared, either way. Well, in fact, I know x times x gives x squared, so let's now multiply. I'm multiplying x times this divisor. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. Then don't forget, just as before, after we draw our line, we are subtracting. To remind myself that I'm subtracting, I will change each of these signs to remind me that I'm subtracting. So I have x squared minus x squared, that's 0x squared or 0. 4x minus 3x is 1x or simply x, and then bring down the next term just as before. Now, what times x gives x? Well, 1. So I'll write down plus 1, and then we multiply. 1 times x is x, and then 1 times 3 is 3. I'll draw my line. Don't forget we are subtracting, so I change the signs of each of the terms of this polynomial to indicate that we are subtracting. X minus x is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. We happen to have a remainder of 0. What is the quotient then? The quotient is x plus 1. And how can we check? I'll let you check, but multiply x plus 1 times the divisor, x plus 3. That product should be that dividend, x squared plus 4x plus 3. Let's practice long division of polynomials. Why am I long dividing? Because the divisor is 2 or more terms. So again, long division. The b plus 4 is the divisor. This is the dividend, so I'll rewrite it. 2b cubed plus 9b squared plus 6b minus 4. By the way, notice the divisor has no what I'll call missing powers of b. This is b to the 1, and we can think of that as b to the 0. And the dividend has no missing powers of b. b cubed, b squared, b to the 1, b to the 0, or simply a constant. I'll bring that up again later, but for now, let's long divide. So how many times does b divide into 2b cubed? Or if you'd like to think of it this way, what times b gives 2b cubed? Well, I know 2b squared times b gives 2b cubed. Now we'll multiply 2b squared times the entire divisor of b plus 4. So that's 2b squared times b, which is 2b cubed, plus 2b squared times 4, and that is 8b squared. And notice our like terms are naturally lining up, and they will when there's no missing powers. I'll draw my line, then I'll change the signs here because I'm subtracting. Here I have 0. 9b squared minus 8b squared is 1b squared, or simply b squared. And then I'm going to bring the rest down so that I don't lose any of my terms. And let's do this process again. What times b gives b squared? That's b. Now I'm multiplying b times this entire divisor. So b times b is b squared, plus b times 4 is 4b. Very, very important. Do not forget, once you draw your line, you are subtracting, so we want to change these signs. B squared minus b squared is 0b squared, or 0 like we want. 6b minus 4b, that is 2b, and then I'm bringing down my minus 4. So let's keep going. What times b is 2b? That is 2. Now I'm multiplying 2 times this binomial. 2 times b is 2b. 2 times 4, that's plus 8. Still, do not forget to change those signs. We are subtracting now. Make that a minus and that a minus. 2b minus 2b is 0. Negative 4 minus 8, that is negative 12. I have a remainder this time. So what is my quotient? My quotient is 2b squared plus b plus 2. Then we will write this as a fraction, just as we did when we first long divided. I can always write it as plus this remainder, negative 12, over the divisor of b plus 4. By the way, if you're wondering, since this is just one term, can I just make this minus and make this 12? Absolutely fine.
Okay, guys, that's it for this section. I want you to try to work on number 5 on your own, and then let me know, and I'll come by and check it for you all, okay?